Tierra here with Gypsyfae Creations. Today's a moon in bed soap, and since I've started soaping, I've been doing these kind of every season, and so it's springtime's coming up. All the winter ones have sold out, and so what I wanted to achieve this year, my goal for the new year, was to create a way to make my moon embeds easier with the PVC pipe method. I was having trouble finding a mold that was round and was 2 inches-ish, 2 or a little under is what this one is, to fit inside of my soaps. I've found like everything up to 3 or 1 and under, and that is not what I wanted. So I've been doing this with 1 pipe since I've started, and now I'm ready to up the game and make 2 batches of my moon soap. And I'm gonna walk you through the process here of what I've done and what I've created, and I don't exactly know if it's even going to turn out. So you're either going to see something really awesome or a really big fail. Before I was trying to line my PVC pipe with freezer paper or parchment paper, and it was a pain in the butt, and then I had to tape the bottom of it a whole bunch, and then it would leak out the bottom, and then it was like, how do I get this to stay up? So Bradley and I went on this romantic outing to the hardware store, and we found the 2-inch pipe, and I wanted something to cap off the end of this, and this is what I found. This is a 2-inch test cap, and so that fits right in there. And then I wanted something to kind of reinforce that so that didn't fall out and me not having to tape it. So we found these adapters, and I believe this is a 2-inch female adapter is what I recall the receipt saying, so that's what it looks like. This is what it looks like, and how it's going to work is I'm going to put that on the end of this PVC pipe, and now it's going to act as a stand, so I don't have to worry about having it propped up into anything. But first, I am going to line this, and how I'm going to do that is I am going to just dip my finger in some oil and kind of coat the inside of this. I'm going to take some freezer paper or some parchment paper, and I'm going to put that inside of my PVC pipe. I am then going to turn it around and have it come out the other end. There we go. Okay, so I have got it around that lip on the parchment paper, and I'm just going to slide that in so that it locks that paper in place. It is in there good. It's not coming out of that. So it's in there. Wow, that was fun. I think I need another hand when I do that. And then I'm going to push that adapter on there, and then I'm going to trim up this top so that it looks like that, and then we have our lined PVC pipe moon embeds. Okay, so I've never made 2 batches of this, and I'm really hoping I can make it look just as good, if not even better, when doubling it. Colors I am using for this, I have got this cantaloupe pink from, I think it's pink, it's called cantaloupe mica from Nurture, so there's some cantaloupe in there, so that would be a pretty spring pink color. I'm using some oleander mica, and I've used this before, way back when I did the royal wedding soap, and it did not give me too much color. In fact, I don't think it gave me any, and I've not used it since. But on that frost moon soap, I did a mica pour or a mica swirl in my soap, and I want to try that with the oleander. I'm also using these Dionysus tears from Soapbox Micas that I'm going to use to create a little shimmer and give that moon a very white appearance so that these colors really pop. And then I also have, of course, my glow-in-the-dark powder that I'm going to add to this as well. So I'm going to start off with my oils. Let's get them mixed together, and we'll pour in the lye solution. And give it a whirl. Okay, so I'm going to split some of this main batter off into that cantaloupe color. That's good. And this is just, I just want these to be a little hint of color because, you know, the moon is white and those pinks are just hopefully going to be a soft little accent in there. So I'm going to add in the glow-in-the-dark powder. And I have found that you do need quite a lot of that glow-in-the-dark powder, which I'll just use the rest of it in order for that to show. And then I'm going to add the Dionysus and give that a little sprinkle in there. Oh, that is so pretty. I think this is supposed to be more like glitter on top, but I really want it to shimmer on the inside. So it has some nice pink undertones to it as well, so that is going to fit in there perfectly. Alright, and so let's just give each one of these a mix and then we'll start pouring. So what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to pour in that cantaloupe color from really high up. And then I'm going to take that mica that I have put into some almond oil and just kind of drizzle that from way up there as well. And I'm not going to do it all because I want to make sure that both these colors get into both of those PVC pipe molds. And I'm just going to give it a little swirl. And I'm going to start pouring it gracefully into my PVC pipes. Then I'm going to put in the rest of my colors into that and do the same thing with the other guy. Get this all scraped out. If you are interested in doing the same technique, it is a very, very affordable way to make a moon in bed. I think for both of those pipes and those adapters it was like $10. We went to Lowe's Home Improvement and it was very inexpensive. And then of course your parchment paper that you put in there. So let me put in the rest of my mica drizzle here. And give it a little swirl. And start pouring into this guy. Alright, that looks good. I did not put any fragrance in these because the fragrance I'm using is going to have vanillin in it. I do not want it to discolor. So we're just going to leave these parts unscented and then I will scent the rest of them. But I'm going to let these sit for 24 hours and then cross my fingers that this turns out the way that I'm hoping it will. Okay, so I'm back to unmold this. I did have some leftover soap batter that I just poured into some mini column molds to make maybe a couple landscape scenes with them. Never know what might come up. So let's see if I can get this undone. Pull that, oh, holy moly, look at that. Slid right out of there. And so we'll just pull that test cap off somehow. So let's do this first. Alright, so that came off nicely. Now I might have to cut this off, which is fine because this is a little bit bigger than my mold anyway. Right. And there we have it. And should fit in there just perfectly. So let's get the base of the soap together. Alright, got my oils here, got my lye solution. There's of course my coconut milk and sodium lactate and a little bit of kaolin clay in there. This is going to be a blue sky. I want to keep up with the tradition of the frost moon that I made. I really liked how that dark sky color came out instead of just doing the black base. Doing a little something different as well with this one, but let's get this mixed up and fully incorporated, and then I'll show you what the fragrance and the color is. Okay, so I have the amount that I need here, and then I'm going to add in this dark navy blue mica by Nurture to get that dark night sky. And I'm also going to be adding in my fragrance at this point. Let's try that much, which is from Virginia Candle Supply Company. It's called Sweet Pea Verbena, and it has 1.2% vanillin in it. I am not going to try to combat that. I'm just going to let it do its thing, because if it turns this soap darker than it is, that is perfectly well and fine to get that dark blue night sky that I want. So let's give this a mix. Alright, so I'm going to pour it in a layer. I will let that sit until it's firm enough to put that moon embed in there without it sinking to the bottom. And now we wait. Alright, let's give it a go. And I want to try and center it. Same for this one. Alright, let's cover them up. Alright, so I want to scrape this out. This color is looking a little grayish, which it works too. But I'm hoping that it morphs back into that pretty blue color that I want. So let's get the icing together now. I've got some stars here to add to the top of it, and I've got some of these little piped flowers. I used these little poofy icing design on top of my strawberry ice cream soap, and so this time I just used the same things but put a little dollop of yellow in there to be my flowers on top of my spring run soap. Alright, let's get some icing on here. I have a large open tip and I like to use this for my clouds. I'm just going to put some dollops on this, like so. Don't mind my mismatched gloves. I got a hole in my other one, and that was my last pair of like these teal looking ones. Problem I'm running into now that I don't work at a dental office is I don't get free gloves. That was a perk. I haven't had to buy them yet. Now I'm looking into buying some new gloves, and I want something a little more eco-friendly, maybe some biodegradable gloves. So if you guys know where to find any, that would help. Reusable gloves as well could be an option. It's just that I don't want them to be too thick, and that's why sometimes I'll use the dishwashing gloves for soap making, but most of the time all the little detail that I need to do on soap, I need something really thin like these medical gloves. Just the problem is that is a lot of waste when you make soap every day and you have to throw out a pair of gloves. So I want to try and avoid that for future projects, and the only reason why I use these is, again, they were free. They would get free samples of gloves in the office, and I would just get to take them home. So I don't get to do that anymore. Alright, let's put a second layer on here. Now that I've not been working, I've been getting a lot of invites out to things. At least it seems a lot more than usual because I'm free. So people can just kind of message me and be like, hey, what are you doing? Besides making soap. Alright, let me refill my bag. Okay, so I've been invited to a church ladies' night. My stepmom invited me to her church for like Valentine's Day crafts and chocolate. And the same night, my old co-workers invited me out to go see a medium, and I thought both of those things would be an experience. Yes, I didn't do them. I've also been invited to a game night and dinner with Brad's family. We didn't get to go do that. We really don't get to see them very often. They live like a half hour away, but you'd think that was like hours away. Yeah, I've just been invited to a lot of things this past week. One of the offers I did take my stepmom up on was bingo. I have never gone to a bingo night, and this was something I had a lot of anxiety about because I'm like, all these people here are professionals because this is what they do every Friday night. It costs money to get in. It was like $12, and you get a whole bunch of cards, and I just see these people in my head like they have 20 different cards in front of them and they're pros, and what are my chances of winning, right? Well, I won twice. The whole time I'm thinking I messed up. Instead of hitting the free space with my little boop thing, I hit like the number under it, and I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I can't even do this right. And I'm like, what if they go too fast? I'm not going to be able to catch up. What if I call bingo and I really don't have bingo? So I have all of these anxieties in my head about why I shouldn't be doing this. And I actually won twice. So I won a full amount of $53. You have to minus my $12 admission to get in there. But that was a lot of fun. I went with, there were 6 of us all together. My stepmom, my 2 stepsisters, their friend, and my stepsister's mom. So out of the 6 of us, I won, and I won twice. Beginner's luck, maybe. But it's definitely something I would do again. They had like wine and beer and snacks. They had door prizes. And it was a lot of fun. It really was. They didn't go too fast. They actually went pretty slow. I'm happy with, because I literally at one time had about 15 cards in front of me, and I was helping my stepmom do hers. So it was a lot of fun. Who would have thought I liked bingo? Definitely have to do that again. Alright. So just put my little stars on here. What do you do on a Friday night? Play bingo? Alright, and then I'm going to top this off with a little bit of glitter, of course. I feel like it needs glitter. Super in love with how this turned out. I'm going to have to be careful when cutting this because some of these flowers are just a little too big. I feel like I'm going to cut them. It's fine. Alright, so I've got this lapis that I got in my Soapbox Micas order, or shipment. My surprise collection of never-ending micas, that's for sure. And I've just put it in this little shaker, and I'm just going to give it a little shake on there. Actually, I'm going to put the alcohol, the rubbing alcohol on here first, and then I'm going to shake this on because it spreads it out a little bit because it's a little clumpy. But when I put that on there, It really creates this really pretty sheen and shine on here, and it catches like all of the colors that are in the soap, from like the blue and the pink and the white. There they are. This is going so well right now. I'm really digging that top, and I'm so happy with how those PVC pipes turned out, you guys. It's taking a long time to perfect that.
Oh boy.
So is it going?
It's going.
Oh.
Is it going?
Is it going? Okay, so it turned this like gray blue, which I'm happy with.
Ooh, grew.
Are you making up colors now too?
Well, since Kate was here last time, I suppose.
Let's see.
Oh,
There's
very beautiful.
Moon.
Very gorgeous.
It's a peachy pink moon. I like it. It's turned out so well. I can't wait to make other moon embeds now that it's easy. I was telling everyone about my bingo experience.
Oh.
And how overwhelmed I was by it all, but then I won.
Yeah, twice, right?
Twice, yes. That one is so pretty. Like, I like how all that color pulled in the middle there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see that oleander mica I put in there very well, but
I don't know what oleander is. What is oleander? It's a color, I'm guessing?
It is a color, yes. Did you know that there are all these different ways to win bingo?
No.
I wouldn't have known if I didn't go play it.
I don't think I've played bingo that often.
I just thought like regular old bingo. Like I remember playing bingo as a kid with like grandma and whatnot, you know?
With your grandma.
And it was like just straight lines. In this case, there's like postage stamp and there's picture frame.
What does that even mean? Are they just trying to give people better chances of winning bingo that are not good at bingo?
I don't know.
If there is such thing as being good at bingo.
There's like wild T, crazy L.
What?
Yeah, there's so many different bingo patterns. That's why I was like, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. Just give me regular old bingo. I can do that.
Yeah, people are just making up bingo patterns. What's the deal?
Or fill the card. I can do that one. That one's easy. No, there's a lot of bingo patterns out there, so if you ever want to go play bingo, beware.
Beware.
Alright, so I'm super happy with this. I've been super happy with a lot of my soaps lately, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Alright, I like it. Let's see if we can get an up close look. So there's a little bit of the oleander mica line in there.
Yeah.
Let's see the other
It's
side.
not hard to see through the camera, but I'm getting zoomed in.
It's a very peachy pink spring moon, and I'm loving this gray blue sky color. Great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell to be alerted of any future videos I upload. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.